this work for you. But it's very good to hear your trainer contact people. Now, a lot of this stuff we can do on Zoom and text and things like this, but I am old school, just like Josh. I like to call people, and I feel that it's better if you're calling double, meaning somebody's hearing you make these phone calls. It doesn't have to be, all day long thing, but if you can block out your schedule 20, 30 minutes to hear somebody, set up meetings, it's really important. It builds your belief, and you can see exactly how to do it. 2, if you are newer, not brand new, and you do make some phone calls yourself, remember, have a script. Josh just uses this basic thing for me, which is fine. All right. But we have scripts. Okay. We have a phone script. My team, my group, everybody's group has a phone script that they use. They may have changed it a little bit. And maybe added some things because now we're digital. Some people use a webinar, some people use a video, some people prospect different ways, but all the Steam scripts are the same. All the phone scripts are the same. Remember, if people don't know what to say, they're not going to make a phone call. They're not going to contact somebody if they don't know exactly what to say. Nothing will come out, and they get scared and they don't want to do it. Okay. Go back to the screen again, Josh. All right, so what does Josh do here? He's setting up the interview first. So Josh does it where he does a meeting with them on Zoom to get them started. But then in the meantime, because what questions do they have? They may be agreeable because they know Walter or Jamal or somebody in the warm market, and Josh is using the authority clause to set up this meeting. However, they still have questions, especially if they're from the job frame of reference. A job, they want to know, what's the position? What's the title? What's the compensation? What would I be doing every day? So we don't want to tell them, hey, let's just wait for the meeting. What Josh is saying is he's setting up the meeting, and then he's saying, we created a digital company overview to get the information on people, get info to people on what we do. I'll just need you. He didn't ask, he's telling. Now he's subtly telling. Remember, you don't ask, can you watch it? I'll just need you to take a look at that before we meet. He's being assumptive, he's being assertive, and he's saying, watch this. Also, I'll send you my Zoom invite as well. What is better for you tomorrow, the next day, or the next day? And he gives them the alternate choice, and he closes it. All right, go to the next slide, Josh, and you can kind of give a little bit of how you make sure that they watched it and things like that.
Yeah, so when they hop on, the first thing I'm greeting them. How was your day? It's a pleasure to, speak with you. Thanks for chiming in. Were you able to take a look at our digital company overview, the 15-minute video that I sent you?
Yeah, I was. I did.
Okay, great, awesome. So if they say no, I'm gonna say, okay, that's fine. So I'm actually gonna just share my screen with you so that we can be on the same page, and I'm gonna play that video for you, which I already have in my saved messages. So I just go there and it's right here, and I play it and they watch it. That's it.
So, okay, let's stop there, guys. Love this. I love this. Now, ideally, you don't want this to happen. And Josh has a tracking software on the video that some of us do have. But Josh has, so you actually know if they watch it, right? You would know because you get a notification.
Yeah, check this out. At 9:02, somebody named Raphael for Walter watched this because he's actually going to do one at 10:30, and then above that, like 6 more above that. So whoever Paul is, whoever Hunter is, Nick, who I interviewed this morning. So yeah. Okay.
So that's amazing. I just got uncomfortable in a good way. I mean, 6 messages. I think that was today, this morning, before 9 o'clock, of people watched the videos.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I mean, this is why Josh and his team, they did whatever you did, 23, 22 recruits last month. I don't know what you're at this month, 7 or 8 already. And I'm assuming you're going to have a great day and great weekend of new recruits, because 6 before 9 o'clock, I've already watched the video. So you already know, but you still ask them, hey, did you watch the video? Yeah, I watched it, but you already know if they viewed it or not. If I have not watched it, which still happens, then you are going to watch it with them.
Yes.
Because in your system, every new prospect must watch this, right?
Yeah.
In some form or fashion, on their own or with you, but they're going to watch it before we move on to the next step.
Yes.
Okay. So I watch it, then you're just going to answer some follow-up questions, and then you're going to emphasize the ability to work for yourself and make your own schedule from home, and then get the commitments. And what commitments are you kind of getting? The orientation?
Yeah, actually, I want to pull that up here. It's right here. See if I can move that. So it's right here. So
you'll hit a little on licensing.
Yeah. Do you have any further questions? Ask me anything. Boom, knock those out. Emphasize the ability to work from home for yourself, that I am not your boss. You're your own boss here. And in order to get licensed, there's a few licensing requirements. So the first one is you got to be able to pass a background check. Can you do that? No felonies, no misdemeanors. When they say yes, I'm going to actually check the box, which I can't do right now for some reason, but I'll check it in front of them so they'll see a check. The second thing is you got to be able to pass a couple exams. These are the exams right here. And we give every single resource someone needs to pass. Online courses, a class if you need it. And all you need is a 70% to pass. And you could take the exam from home a lot of times. Could you discipline yourself to study if we gave you all of that? Yes. Check. And the third and final requirement is every professional license out there that someone gets, there's always going to be a licensing fee. Whether you're a doctor, a lash artist, a dentist, lawyer, electrician, plumber. And in the financial industry, it usually goes for $1,500. We're going to pay 95% of the licensing costs, $1,376 upfront. And so that would just leave you $124 for a portion of the background check and the company software. Would you have any financial difficulties covering that check?
No.
And like in the phone call, when my team hears me ask, are you familiar with Zoom? They know what's about to happen. Right here, when I ask, would you have any financial difficulties covering that? And you say no, my team also knows what's about to happen right there. We're going to recruit the person. So those are the state requirements. My requirements, though, and this is big, we never did this in the past, but this is because we want to start growing our attendance. We wanted to. So we're telling them we have trainings throughout the week. And this is an old slide, so we kind of changed this. But the most important thing is we have one major training throughout the week. Saturday morning from 9:30 to 11:30. Would you have any challenges with that? And I got to know up front. This is why we ask right there and then. No. Okay, great. And then we talk about the importance of immediately getting training and focusing on going on 10 training appointments. And after that, can you think of any reason why you wouldn't get licensed with our firm, Shaq?
No. And obviously, you know, you have a lot of dialogue with them. It's not going to be as abrupt as what we're doing now. We're, you know, and certain things like this slide that Josh used, like, which I love. I think it's a closing slide. You can use it. Obviously, you tailor that to your training schedule, and when you use it during your process. The closing process, great. We're not here to talk that much about that. What I want to talk and ask you more, Josh, is, do you have a daily goal? Do you have a daily goal of how many videos you and your team are sending out? And is this typical? Is that like Friday morning at 9 a.m.? Is it typical that you get 6? Is that, no, that's pretty high. Like what's a normal day? How many notifications are you getting? Because like I said, I mean, I saw your thing and it was like 500 videos that you've sent out, which means that people have at least clicked on that link, you've sent it out. So it's a lot of numbers, you know, and I want everybody to understand that. This is a great opportunity, but it's still an opportunity. You will be amazed at how many people are lazy, not motivated, broke. And I'm not saying that, I'm just saying, I'm not saying that to be mean or even judgmental. But when I hear that, man, Josh has sent out a video a bunch of times, you know, the numbers can't, no, they are, because that's what happens. We're not talking to enough people. The key to being a great recruiter is quantity. You have to talk to a lot of people. Sometimes you guys think you're really talented because you're really good and you stop talking to people. That's not how this works. We're looking for eagles. Eagles fly alone. They are not in the crowd. But you only need a couple to have an incredible life. So give me some of your numbers. How many do you feel you send out every day between you and your team? And I know now you're duplicating, so your team is doing it too. And what's a typical day in terms of notifications of how many you are getting that watched it?
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool how you said my team's doing it. That's really one of the coolest things to see happen. I just focused on, and still am focusing on, winning the day, which for us is based on results or activity. If it's off activity, you're aiming, one of the things is to set 5 to 10 recruiting appointments every day. So I started that. And in doing that, I found Marin. We found Lelik. Marquita and Adarian. We found Walt and Jamal. And the reason this morning was so atypical was because Walt, Jamal, and we actually got on a Zoom for like 3-4 hours yesterday, and we were just getting after it yesterday. You know, he set 6 recruiting appointments, and I said like 6 as well. So yeah, I mean, it's like because of 3-4 hours of activity, that's why the results were atypical this morning.
Now, when people watch the video, they have an option to choose 1, 2, or 3, right?
They do, yeah.
What are they usually choosing?
A lot of people don't like. Lelik, I mean, Jesus. Marin at one point was asking me, like, she would always ask me, like, if they don't choose 1, 2, or 3, then is that an issue? And I would say, no, that's not an issue, because a lot of times they'll just get on, and maybe they didn't know how to like tap it, or maybe they just weren't even paying attention. But the ones that do pick something, they choose number 2.
Which is what?
Yeah, part-time.
Part-time.
Yeah.
So number 1 is what? Can you go over that? So at the end of the video, if you watch it, there's an option. There's a 3-option choice. It says click this button, choose which path, and 1 is
products and services.
products and services, 2 is part-time, and 3 is potential career change. Is that right?
It actually says full-time. And when people hit that, we're like, oh, snap.
Yeah, that's a hot prospect, right?
Yeah.
That's what we call a hot prospect. So, and this is one avenue that you can use to prospect. All right, guys, this is one. I told you, you need to find 3 that you will do. But I love, training was over when Josh pulled up his email and saw 6 this morning that have watched the video. That's all you need to see, right? This is something that will work if you work it. You got to send a lot of videos out. You got to have a process. You got to get your guys doing it. And it's not that hard. He sends a 3-way text. He's making calls. He's doing the right work with his team so they can duplicate. And I know, Josh, you got a long way to go. You got a lot of things that you're working on. This business is always plugging holes like Swiss cheese, but you have a great process here, man. With this one video, you have an incredible process, and we appreciate it. So listen, we're going to end training for today. If you have questions, you can ask Josh directly on Telegram, or ask your trainer to ask him. Josh, if you have a parting statement, a closing statement that you didn't get to say, you can go ahead now. That you wanted to end with.
Yeah, so I think that what Shaq said in the beginning about putting yourself in position to have like be like white heat ready to go, that was money, by January 1st, so that you're ready to rock and roll by January 1st. I think that's gold. And who you are right now does not have to be who you are by then. So my parting statement is actively make a decision to become better in the areas that you're weak in. And I'm talking to myself right now in other areas as well. So, if you're not that great in making phone calls or prospecting, the good news is that can change. And it only will change when you change. So that's my parting statement.
All right. Well, I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Josh, you can send your PowerPoint out to me, and I can forward it, or you can send it to Thomas and we'll put it on the thread. Understand the process that you have with recruiting. Look, the great thing about Primerica is using the system. The system it allows you to build your own organization through hiring new people. You can draft every day. You can hire people every day. Imagine what your business would look like with 10, 15, 20 new people, new agents, new client finders, new people finders, new licenses. That's the hope and opportunity that our business has, man. Selling is great, but every day you wake up broke. But sales management, that's where it's at. I have the life that I have, which is nothing. I mean, I have a long way to go, but because I got 350 people that work, right? I've gotten through that process. Imagine if I had 1,000 or 2,000. Imagine you get 5. It can happen, but you got to sell out to prospecting a couple, and finding different methods. So this is one. Anyways, it's obviously working for Josh. Great job, Josh. And we have compliance tomorrow. Compliance is very important. It's our most important meeting of the year if you want to maintain your license. It is something that needs to be proctored. You have to be online, log in with your name, first and last name. I still will be doing training for people that the compliance training, it's not required for them. So we'll send out all the Zoom IDs on Telegram today and tomorrow. But all the brand new people, they will be with me. I will be doing a training tomorrow, a short training, same time from 9:30. We'll start at 9:30. Compliance. If your securities license after the life insurance portion is done, then you have to wait for that. And securities license means if you passed any part of your exam, you're required for the securities license compliance training. All right. So SIE 6, anything training, will probably be, the times, it'll probably be about 2 hours, the compliance meeting, but it's mandatory. Make sure you're on there if you want to keep your license. They don't have to come in the office, but they do have to log online to Zoom. All right. It's the one mandatory meeting that we have. All right. And I'll see everybody tomorrow. But new people will be with me. Training is normal for them. All right. I'll see everybody tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. All right. Appreciate you guys. See you. Bye.